You think your life is hard? You wouldn't survive a single day in my world. Not because you're weak, but because everything you think is normal simply doesn't exist here. No comfort, no safety, no second chances. And the worst part? You don't even realize how bad it is until it's too late. Let me show you what life really looks like where I live, because this isn't a story. This is survival. The first thing that would break you isn't the work. It's the food. You've seen the movies, big tables, roasted meat, endless feasts. That's not real. That's a lie. Most people here eat the same thing every single day. A thick, gray soup we call pottage. It's whatever you can find, boiled together vegetables, grains, sometimes things you don't even recognize anymore. And the pot. It never gets cleaned. It just keeps going day after day. Imagine eating the same soup for weeks and not even knowing what's inside it anymore. And bread? You think bread is safe? It's not. Our bread isn't soft. It's not fresh. It's dense, heavy, sometimes harder than stone. Because when they grind the grain, pieces of rock get mixed into it. Every bite slowly destroys your teeth. Not over years, over months. And sometimes the bread itself makes you lose your mind. There's a fungus that grows in the grain. You can't see it. You can't taste it. But once it's in your body, you start hallucinating. Your skin feels like it's burning. Entire villages begin to see things that aren't there. And they don't blame the bread. They blame each other. They call it witchcraft. Now imagine eating that and having nothing safe to drink. Because water can kill you. Most of it is filled with waste, disease, things you don't even want to think about. So instead, everyone drinks ale. Even children. Not for fun, to survive. From morning to night, because it's the only thing that won't make them sick. Think about that, a world where water is more dangerous than alcohol. And when your body finally can't handle it anymore, when you need relief, there's nowhere to go, no bathrooms, no privacy, just a bucket under your bed. And when it's full, you throw it outside into the street, where people walk, where children play, where life continues like it's normal. Because here, it is taught you think you could live like that. You haven't even seen the worst part yet. Let's talk about work. Not jobs, work the kind that breaks your body every single day, from sunrise to sunset. No breaks, no weekends, no choice. Most people here are farmers. They don't own the land. They don't own anything. They work until they collapse just to survive another day. And if they stop, they don't get fired. They starve. You burn thousands of calories just trying to stay alive, and what do you get in return? Barely enough food to do it again tomorrow. This isn't living. It's a loop, and there's no way out. And if you think maybe you could find a better path, a skill, a trade, think again. You start as a child, 7 years old, sent away, working every day for over a decade. No freedom, no future guaranteed. Just hope that one day you might survive long enough to matter, but your body won't last, because disease is everywhere, and medicine doesn't exist the way you know it. If you get sick, they don't heal you. They guess. They cut you. They drain your blood. They put leeches on your skin, hoping something works. Most of the time, It doesn't. A simple infection can kill you. A fever could be the end. Even your teeth can take your life. Because once the pain starts, there's only one solution: pull it out. No anesthesia. No mercy dot, and if somehow you survive all of that, you still have to face something worse, people, because justice here isn't fair. It's brutal, random, and final. If someone accuses you of a crime, you don't prove you're innocent. You suffer until someone decides you are, or you die trying. They make you hold burning metal. They throw you into water. If you survive, maybe you're innocent. If you don't, it doesn't matter anymore. Punishments aren't meant to fix anything. They're meant to scare everyone else. Public, painful, unforgettable. Because fear is the only law that works here. And if you think staying out of trouble will save you, you're wrong. Because war doesn't ask who you are. It just takes everything. Armies don't just fight each other. They destroy everything in their path: villages, food, homes, families. You don't have to be a soldier to lose everything. Sometimes all it takes is being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when the war ends, nothing gets better. Because there's always another one coming. So let me ask you again. Do you still think your life is hard? Because here, you don't live. You endure. You survive. You hope that tomorrow won't be worse than today. And the truth is, for most people, it is. This is the world I woke up in. This is the life I'm trying to survive. And if you think this is the worst part, you haven't seen anything yet. And if you think you've heard the worst of it, you haven't even scratched the surface. Because everything I told you so far, that's just surviving your own body. The real danger comes from the world around you. The moment the sun goes down, everything changes. Darkness here isn't just night, it's fear. There are no streetlights, no safe roads, no one coming to help you. If you're outside after dark, you better have a reason. And even then, it might not be enough, because people disappear not in stories, in real life. Bandits, desperate men, people who have nothing left to lose. And when someone vanishes, there's no investigation, no search, no justice. They're just gone. And life keeps moving like they were never there. You start to understand something very quickly in a world like this. Your life doesn't have value. Only your usefulness does. The moment you can't work, can't carry, can't produce, you become a burden, and burdens don't survive long here. Families don't always stay together, not because they don't care, but because they can't afford to. Children are sent away not for opportunity, but because there isn't enough food, and once you leave, you might never come back. Not because you don't want to, but because survival takes everything from you, even your past. And then there's the cold. Not the kind you complain about for a moment and then fix with a jacket. I mean the kind that stays with you, that lives in your bones, that never fully leaves. Winters here don't test you, they break you. Food runs out faster than you expect. Firewood becomes more valuable than anything you own. And every night you go to sleep wondering if your body will still be warm enough to wake up in the morning. People don't talk about winter like it's a season. They talk about it like it's an enemy, something you have to survive, not something you experience. And when sickness comes during winter, it spreads fast. One person coughs, then another, and before you even realize what's happening, half the village is too weak to stand. There are no hospitals, no real treatments, no understanding of what's causing it. People pray, they guess, they try anything they've heard might work, but most of the time, nothing changes. You watch people fade away slowly, not in dramatic moments, but quietly, until one day they just don't wake up. And the next day, everything continues like it always does. Death here isn't shocking. It's normal. That's what makes it terrifying. And if you think you could escape all of this by being stronger, smarter, faster, you can't. Because this world doesn't reward those things the way you think it does. You can do everything right and still lose everything overnight. A bad harvest, a sudden illness, a passing army, one wrong accusation, that's all it takes. There's no safety net, no system to protect you, no second chance waiting if things go wrong. That's when you start to realize something that changes the way you see everything. Survival here isn't about winning. It's about lasting one more day than yesterday. That's it. That's the goal. And even that isn't guaranteed. So when people imagine living in times like this, they think about adventure, about knights, about castles and stories and meaning. But the truth is, most people never see any of that. They live small lives in a hard world, fighting battles no one writes about, just trying to make it through another day without breaking. This is the world I woke up in. Not the version people dream about, not the one you see in stories, the real one. The one where survival comes first, where comfort doesn't exist, where being alive tomorrow is never guaranteed. And now that you've seen more of it, let me ask you one last time. Do you still think your life is hard? Because here you don't live. You endure. You adapt. You survive. And sometimes, even that isn't enough. And even when you learn to endure, something inside you starts to change. At first, you fight it. You tell yourself you're still the same person, that this is temporary, that one day things will get better. But days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and slowly, without even noticing it, you stop thinking about better. You start thinking about enough food, enough strength, enough luck to see another sunrise. That becomes your world. Because survival isn't just about your body. It's about your mind, your will, your ability to wake up one more day and choose to continue, even when nothing around you gives you a reason to. And that choice, that quiet decision to keep moving forward, that might be the hardest thing of all. So if you're still here, still listening, still imagining this life, now you understand. This isn't a story about the past. It's a reality most people couldn't handle. A world where comfort doesn't exist, where safety is an illusion, where every single day is uncertain. This is the world I woke up in. And now it's the world I have to survive. And the truth is, I don't know how much longer I can.